Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is a bit of a mid-month catch-up, check-in. I've got some things to show you that I've made progress with. We've got no finished, we have got some finished objects. If we count the bears, as finished. But I just thought I'd pop along because it's Pride Month and I'm trying to film a little bit more regularly during June, because for all of the advertising that any of the money that I make through advertising on YouTube this month, I am going to donate to an LGBTQ plus charity. And I was actually just talking to Mark and I still haven't decided who yet. So I need to probably sort that out before the end of the month. But I'm trying to do regular videos because that will mean hopefully that we raise some more money and I can donate that to a very worthy cause for a charity during Pride Month. So, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to my little bit of YouTube. If you are new here and you're popping along for the first time, hi, my name is Martin. I live in Cardiff in South Wales. And my usual format is a bit of a chat to camera. There's a monthly roundup where we do finished objects, stash acquisitions, and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes we go out and about to go to yarn shows. We go behind the scenes at things, always fibre related. And yeah, if you are a returning viewer, hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time. So today's is probably going to be a shorter video. It's just going to be a quick chatty video. I've got a list of things that I want to talk about. I've done an agenda, which we don't usually do. That's very organised. Mark is here in the background. Say hello. Mark is cooking food for us, and long-time viewers of the channel will know that on a Sunday we have a roast chicken. Almost religiously. We're not religious at all, but apart from roast chicken Sundays. So if you hear him in the background, he's prepping lunches for us for the week and getting food ready. It's about 4:30 on Sunday as I record this, so hopefully this video will go live on Monday. So yeah, hi, how have you been? I'm gonna start off with some Pride stuff and some updates, and then some info on some test knits that I obviously can't really talk about, but they need to be mentioned because they're taking time. There's a weird little fly in here and I've tried to get it before I started filming, and if not, I'm just gonna do this, and you know why. And then I'm going to shout out a small business that I have not yet ordered from, but I am going to have to order from because I've seen their some rainbow yarn and it is just gorgeous. So that's the setup for today's video. I thought he was going then. So last time, I'm trying to find the thumbnail for the last video while I chat to you so that I can work out what was the thumbnail. Was it bears? Right, it was bears. So the last time I talked to you, we had 3 bears. There he goes. We had red bear, orange bear, and yellow bear. So one of my Pride summer make-alongs, I'm trying to film my little bit of YouTube and hopefully encourage everyone else to fill YouTube, social media, everything with rainbows during Pride Month, because we all need a bit of uplifting and a bit of colour in our lives. But more importantly then, raise awareness during Pride Month for LGBTQ designers, makers, dyers, charities. There is so much going on around the world at the moment in terms of erosion of rights and access and everything else. So if we can raise awareness and we can find new to us dyers, designers, makers, and we can either support them financially by buying their patterns or buying their yarn, or we can just support them non-financially by liking their content or sharing their content with other people. That's really important for me, kind of that little activism during June. So last week, I'd made some bears. So these are this is Peter the Mini Bear, patterned by Toft, and this is part of my filling my social media with rainbows. So last week I had made 3 bears. This week, if you've watched my reels or Instagram, you'll know this is not a spoiler, but last week I've now made green bear and blue bear. Blue bear is a bit chopsy. I'm trying to keep the content fresh. So for those of you that have watched the reel or the YouTube short for Blue Bear, if you haven't watched it, go and check it out. He's got a microphone and everything. Yeah, he is the chaos. Middle child energy. So my make all the bears in the pride colour is absolutely coming along. I've made 5 out of 13. So I'm going to be making the progressive pride flag. So I've got one more to go for the traditional flag, and then we're going to do black and brown and pink, white and blue for so we support our BIPOC. I was going to say colleagues, friends. You know who I mean. And then our trans friends. So, yeah. Making really good progress with these. They're quite quick. I've now memorised the legs and most of the body. Someone did say about maybe stringing them up and making them into bunting. That would be fun. Maybe along the bookshelf. I don't know if I said that last week. But yeah, it's the mini Peter the Bear pattern by Toft, and the wool is by Toft as well. So I'm making good progress with my little pride bears, and that's about I said turning my bit of the internet into a rainbow. So I've still got I've got more to make than I have already made. They are taking about an hour and a half, which is not too bad. If I don't mess around on the internet, surprisingly, I get more done. So yeah, they take about an hour and a half to make, and then including the sewing up. So they're not too bad. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. They will be done. That's not a problem. So that was good. And then the other thing I said last week that I wanted to do, and I have done, I haven't finished it yet, but I have started my cowl. So this is bear with me a moment, let me get the name. This is the Think Fast cowl by Fatima of Disturbing the Fleece. Fatima identifies as an LGBTQ designer. She is American, I think, but now lives in Canada. I follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram is so educational and really important. So I'll pop all of Fatima's details below so you can go and find her on social media and you can find this pattern. So it's called the Think Fast cowl. Let me just show you the picture on Fatima's pattern page. So it's this really cool, and you can customize it to make it as deep as you want. So Fatima's one is all in that blue color. I'm using this skein of Pride yarn that I got from Niche of Knotted by Niche. This was an exclusive that she did as a Pride colorway. It's a double knit yarn, and this is how my cowl is working up. I love it. It's a 8-row repeat or a 9-row round repeat. And it's got these, I'll put my hand inside. It's got these really cute yarn overs, which give you this really lovely texture. So we've got some garter ridges, we've got some yarn over kind of lacy pattern. It's really lovely. It's knitting up incredibly quickly. And yeah, I've got these really cute little stitch markers, needle stoppers that I got from Niche in the Pride box, as well as this very over the top stitch marker. If you can't be over the top during Pride Month, when can you be, right? So I should have this finished this week, which will be wonderful. Already, I think I'm going to do one more repeat. So this is 3 repeats. The pattern calls for 5 repeats, but I'm probably going to do another. I'll do a 6th repeat. I can't quite get it on because of the cable. But it's a lovely, you can see, it's a lovely depth. Maths is really not my strong point. Yeah, that's the depth. Or is that the width? I don't know. Anyway, it's a lovely size that it will fit nicely around my neck, but not be too big, but not be too tight. I've got a cowl that I made a few years ago. I'm keeping this on now. I've got a cowl that I made a few years ago, and it's quite shallow. Yeah, depth. It's quite shallow. Whereas this is already, I think I'm gonna say, if this is 3, then it'll be nice and squishy. And I should have plenty of yarn. I better take that off because I'm gonna end up with a mark on my head, aren't I? So I should have enough yarn to do a 6th. Because I'm really loving this yarn. I don't want to waste the yarn, and I don't think I'm going to have enough to do like mittens. I'm definitely not going to have enough to do a hat. So I figured if I do a 6th repeat, then I can really maximize the yarn on the cowl and then make it really squishy. So that's my plan. So that's the Think Fast cowl by Fatima of Disturbing the Fleece. I said I'll pop the details below. Ooh, Mark will be coming back now. There's the timer on the oven. Look, there he is. So yeah, I'm really, really loving this. And for those of you who have been here a while, I won't do it now because it's daylight and it won't have maximum effect. But we all know what happens with Nisha's yarn when you put a black ultraviolet light on it. We tried it last night. This glows. So at some point, there will be some form of footage of me glowing in the dark. And that's it that's all I've done this week. And I say all I've done, that's not a lot of progress, right? For the whole week, I've done 2 bears and a cowl, half a cowl. I've been away with work this week, so I was umming and ahhing as to what this video was going to be, and if indeed I would put one on anyway. And I thought, just a little check-in is probably, hopefully you think, is better than nothing. So yeah, I've been away with work for 2 days, so I got no knitting done at all. I had a band rehearsal on Tuesday night, so I've kind of only had 3 nights really here in the house. I've got a 9 to 5 corporate job, for those of you that don't know. So I don't get to knit in the day, or crochet or craft or do anything. So the spinning video that I talked about that is going to come with the swatches hasn't started yet. I was getting quite stressed on the weekend because I create content for you folks on YouTube and I had no content created. Nothing. And then I put my big boy pants on. I made a list. We know I love a list. And then I managed to get some things done. So I'm hoping for next week's video, I will have my cowl finished. And then in last week's video, I talked about the patterns by Jimmy Does Knitting, the hat pattern, the Troy Boy hat. I'm going to try and have a dash in my stash, dive in my stash, to find some wool to make one of those hats. So I bought that hat. Jimmy's raising money during Pride Month as well. So I'll pop the details from last week's video below as well. And then I'll see how many more bears I can get done. I can't do one a day. Can I do one a day? This is the thing, right? If I do one a day, I'm not going to finish this. We will see. But it'll all get done. It's about just having fun and community during June. That's the thing for me. So, speaking of community, that was a nice segue, almost like I planned it. I didn't, I promise, but that was a nice segue. So, next Saturday night, so the 21st of June, I am going to be live here on YouTube with Gary, Stephanos, and at the moment, Sam from an Irish knitting podcast. And there may be others that join us, who knows. We are doing our Pride Pod Mal, so Pride Podcasts Make Along YouTube. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll pop the details below. So Gary Knits, Gary Rides. And you will see this image on social media. That's got the details of the Zoom in. Also, I'll pop it in the description below. So 9:30 next weekend, next Saturday the 21st, 9:30 GMT, so UK time 9:30. which I believe is 4:30 Eastern and 1:30 Pacific. Check your time zones. But if you want to join us, we will be live on the internet for 2 hours, making, crafting, chatting about what Pride means to us and why it's important. And it would be wonderful to have you all join us. So you've got two ways of joining. We are going to be hosting as a Zoom, and the link and the description box is below. So if you have Zoom and you want to come and join, and you can be in the room where it happens, brilliant song in Hamilton, feel free. You can come and join the Zoom and you can chat along with us, and it'll be really interactive and really two-way. We are also, though, going to push ourselves live onto YouTube during the Zoom. So if you want to just listen along and you're not worried about joining in, and you just want to do that on YouTube because you don't want to do the Zoom, that's not a problem. We will be live on my channel. So we're going to use my Zoom account and my Knit365 channel. So two ways of joining in: either pop along on the Zoom or just come and join us on YouTube. And we will be live 9:30 till 11:30 next Saturday night. I'll definitely have a glass of wine because it'll be 9:30. So it'll be lovely to see lots of you next weekend. So I hope that you can join us. It will hopefully be a wonderful couple of hours, just sitting down and chatting, and a little bit of community, a little bit of pride, and bring your project, bring a drink, and we'll just have a chat for a couple of hours. So I really like it when I do Zooms, and when we've done Zooms and live calls and things like that in the past. So hopefully it'll be really good. So I'll pop the details below, and I hope to see you there. The other thing I was going to talk about then is what has taken my time as well. Actually, I said I haven't done a lot of knitting because I've only done this and 2 bears. I have started another test knit. I know, it's fine. I'll wait for you to roll your eyes. I know. Sometimes they're like buses, and I don't test knit for ages, and then all of a sudden there's a flurry of patterns. You're like, oh, I want to do that. So I know I just finished my massive shawl, which I showed off in the video before last, I think in my roundup video. I've also signed up for another secret test knit that I can't talk about anything. What I will say is, for the purposes of the tape, I have knit 50 grams of yarn-ish. So, yeah. So I have done some knitting, and 50 grams of yarn in 4-ply. That's not too bad. That's obviously like half a ball, half a skein of yarn. So I have knit that. So I am doing a test knit as well, which I hope will be finished this week. But that's taken up some of my time. And then the other one, which I can show you, I think, because I think it was a public test call. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, apart from this is for Anton of the Raw Wool. So for those of you that were here at Advent last year, I bought Anton's Advent box, and I'm going to do a test knit for Anton. And yeah, look at that. Oh. So this is Anton's sport weight base. So this is Storm on the Horizon. This is 100% Wensleydale lamb's wool, British Wensleydale lamb's wool. It's a sport weight, and these are 250 grams. And then I've got a contrasting mini. So that has a longer deadline. The test knit deadline for this is into August. So this probably is likely to be one of my holiday projects. We are going to Disneyland with my brother and the kids, and my sister-in-law's parents in July. So this will probably be my plane project. So yeah, I'm very excited. But that wool arrived today, so I need to declare that on my getting wool into the house. So the wool has come in, but that's going to be a fun test knit. I'm not going to say any more. Have a little guess if you want. What project could be with that? It's obviously not a jumper. Unless a jumper for Mark, maybe? Not that jumper, don't mention it. He is only little. It's not a jumper. But I've got that yarn. So yeah, that's the I just wanted to mention, because I kind of I say that I'll make these videos, and as long as you guys keep watching, you folks keep watching, I'll keep making them. But sometimes it kind of gets to Friday and the worry sets in about, oh, I've got nothing to show. And I don't want to not show anything, but also I want to show something. But this, at the moment, just thanks for bearing with me while I'm in test knit mode this week again. But it'll be worth it, I promise. When you get to see it, chef's kiss. So yeah, right. The other thing I was going to show off then, so sharing brands during Pride Month, I want to share Fab Funky Fibres, and I'll pop their details in the description box below. I want yarn, I want this rainbow yarn to make Pride socks. Look at that! Did I show you that?
Yeah.
How funky are they?
They're very cool.
They're very cool. Now, it went on pre-order, I think, because I think there was a ready to ship, and I think I missed out. I know. But it's so colourful. And this is a new to me designer. I only found out about this designer during Pride Month. I'd seen a few people sharing details of self-striping. Like, look at those. Oh. Gorgeous. So I will pop the details below for Fab Funky Fibres. Feel free, go and check them out. Go and give them a little follow on the socials. And if they ask, let them know that I sent you. But yeah, I'm really excited to get some of their yarn, but I'm going to go and buy a skein of yarn before I put this up, because I said, I think I've already missed out on that one. So I need to get in on the pre-order. I think I saw that on their stories, that it was now on pre-order only. So, oh yeah, heads up, Odd Sock got more love than expected. Only a small's available on the update. If you miss out, I'm going to put it on a pre-order. Right, so I'm going to go and join in the pre-order, and then you guys can go and join in. And yeah, I think that's most of what I wanted to cover today. As I said, just a very quick progress mid-month check-in. I feel like, no, I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna give myself more credit that I've done 2 bears and half a cowl and 50 grams on I nearly said, and I've done 50 grams on a. So actually, it's not been a bad week. Next week there will hopefully be an update video. I want to try and find some fibre. I found some LGBTQ fibre dyers, which I will talk about next week maybe, but I'm looking for some like rainbow fibre. If anyone has seen any rainbow fibre or really colourful pride style of fibre, bonus points for them being LGBTQ+. Please let me know in the comments below. So yeah, I think that's it. Let me know what you've been working on. Thank you to those of you that have been tagging me and telling me what you've been working on. There's been loads of people tagging me on Instagram, which has been wonderful. So keep tagging away and I'll keep sharing. Let's fill up social media with positivity and love. I think that's what it's all about. It's really important for me to do that. I guess the final thing I will say is I was on a podcast. So the other way around, I was on the Why I Knit podcast. So Dr. Mia Hobbs is a psychologist. Psychologist or psychiatrist? Oh, I need to check that now, don't I? Please bear with me. Do you know?
I would say psychologist.
I think psychologist. Why I...
So psychiatrist is someone you go to see.
Yes, psychologist. And I was interviewed by Mia back in March. There is me on an actual podcast store. So Mia interviewed me about why I knit, how crafting helps me relax, calm down, mental health. It was a wonderful, nearly an hour that we got to chat for. So I'll pop the details in the description box below as well if you want to go and check it out. If you are on my written blog on Substack, then you will have had that notification this morning because you're watching this afternoon. I'll pop the Substack link. It's going to be a busy link box below, but all the details, like show notes effectively, will be below. But if you want to go and have a bit more Martin and you want to know a bit more about my story, how I started knitting and crochet, pride in my projects and what I learned from crafting and how I relax and all that kind of stuff, how I got into YouTube, go and check out that episode. I had a wonderful time chatting with Mia, and there's so many amazing back editions as well. I'm on episode 2 of series 8. Sylvia Watch Cherry's been interviewed, Irina from Fibre Chats, Jude, who was running Stranded at the time before he sold up and now is like a YouTube sensation on his farm. His videos on a Sunday night are just very relaxing. So loads of great crafters have been interviewed by Mia, so go and check out the back editions as well. Right, we're definitely going to end this now. Let me know in the comments what you've been up to this week. Let me know your plans for next week. Any recommendations for yarn, fibre, patterns, LGBTQ plus, a bonus, please. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful week. I'm hoping I'll be back next week with another video, but I will definitely be live here on the YouTube on Saturday night, and it will be available. So if you can't join us live, you will be able to watch it back. We'll record the whole thing and post it all over the internet, so you can watch us back if you can't join live. So I hope to see lots of you next week and speak to lots of you soon. So I'm gonna go. I think that's it. I've checked my list. I think that is it. So thank you very much for being here. See you next weekend, hopefully. And until we speak again, happy crafting.